Support coming from Jamaicans in Florida is increasing for Kamala Harris as the U.S. 2020 election campaign enters its final home stretch. President Donald Trump and Democratic nominee Joe Biden are entering the final days of the 2020 U.S. elections campaign. They are currently in a fierce battle for support from Latino voters who may sway the results in Florida and determine who becomes the next president of the United States. Florida is known as the ultimate battleground state during elections. There are approximately 10 million voters in Florida. They participate in elections, and often the results of the elections are decided by a mere percentage point. Other communities could also become critical in Florida as well. There is a Black Caribbean community centered in the Broward County, and of course they will play a critical role in deciding who takes that state. Voters in this Democratic stronghold are eager to defeat President Trump, but they say they are even more energized and motivated to turn out in support of California Senator Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is Joe Biden's running mate, and her father is of Jamaican heritage. Sentiments being expressed include the fact that Kamala Harris has a lineage means that you are going to see a lot of Jamaicans voting, even if they were not doing so before. If the Democrats were to win the U.S. elections, then it means that part of Jamaica will be in the White House. Broward County, which is home to Fort Lauderdale, is the county with the most Jamaicans in the United States. Florida has more than 974,000 people of West Indian ancestry. This amount, more than 300,000 Jamaicans and more than 530,000 Asians, are in Florida. Estimate for the number of Jamaican voters in Florida stands at 91,000 because many may not report Jamaica as their country of origin. Asian voters are estimated to be at 115,000. Those persons who were naturalized also vote. They will turn out. And of course, many have stated that we also know that there is a lot of mobilization goes on within these two communities. Into research, 77% of voters of Jamaican origin in Broward County are Democrats. Another 3% are Republican and 20% have no affiliation with any party. In the last presidential election, 78% of Jamaican American voters turned out to vote, while the total turnout was about 66%. For the period October 16th to September 2018, the number of Jamaicans who became naturalized U.S. citizens increased. Other sentiment being expressed is that I can tell you Kamala is on the tongue of everyone. Everyone is talking about her. They are talking about what must be done to ensure that they deliver for the team of Biden and Senator Kamala Harris. Many have expressed how proud they are, and they know that they must deliver. Kamala Harris, who is of both Jamaican and Indian ancestry, was recently interviewed, and her response was that her favorite Jamaican dish was oxtail stew. When asked about her favorite songs, she mentioned that every Bob Marley song that she has ever heard is on her playlist. Locals also note that Kamala Harris chose Karine Jean-Pierre, a black woman born in Martinique to Asian parents, to be her chief of staff, and that Biden's campaign senior advisor for Florida is Karen Andre, a first-generation Asian American that was born in New York and raised in Florida. The Democrats have released television advertisements and print ads for both Asian Creole stations and Caribbean publications. They promote Joe Biden's relief efforts to aid black-owned businesses. A new advertisement, which was made for English language Caribbean radio stations, refers to Kamala Harris as our Jamaican sister. During a campaign visit in Florida, Kamala Harris paid a quick visit to a Venezuelan restaurant and later headed to an historically black university in Miami Gardens, where she met with black leaders, including some with Bahamian ancestry, which included Frederica Williams and Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce CEO Gordon Eric Knowles. Many citizens in Florida have expressed their intention to vote for Biden and Harris just to unseat President Trump. According to them, they need something better. With her, I feel we are getting somewhere. She is strict, so she knows what she is doing. Sentiment coming from Anika Humphrey, who is born to Jamaican parents, is that she and her team are encouraging persons to vote by mail and to vote early, especially those who vote at precincts that may now be closed due to the pandemic. Anika also mentioned that she identifies with Kamala Harris as a first-generation daughter of immigrants, and she also thinks the candidate is easy to like. Sentiments are that Kamala is a wife, a stepmom, an aunt. She can cook, she can dance. She has a good sense of humor and appeals to working class people, to the middle class people, as well as corporate men and women. She has the ability to relate to all persons within the United States and beyond. With early voting now ongoing in a number of states in the U.S., and with others scheduled to start polling later this month, there is a huge push within communities with large numbers of Jamaican and Caribbean nationals to provide increased support for several Jamaicans running for posts in the November 3rd elections to elect a president and also to fill the Senate and the House seats across the United States. Among them are two Jamaican women who are representing the Democratic Party in races in the United States House of Representatives. There are Congresswoman Yvette Clarke and Jackie Gordon. Yvette Clarke is running for re-election in the Brooklyn congressional seat that she currently holds, while Jackie Gordon is seeking to become the first woman of color to win the second congressional seat on Long Island. If Gordon is successful, she would replace Republican Congressman Pete King, the longtime holder of the seat on Long Island, who decided not to seek re-election. She would become the first Jamaican-born member of the U.S. House of Representatives. Gordon, who was born in Jamaica but grew up in Queens, New York, has served more than 29 years in the United States Armed Forces and is also an educator. She is a longtime resident of Long Island and she has served on various boards as well as the Babylon Town Council. Gordon's campaign is focused on improving access to health care and education, providing support for veterans and military families, as well as boosting the economy and reviewing taxation. So going to the electorate, on November 3rd are Donna McDonald, who is seeking to be re-elected in the Georgia House of Representatives. There is also Marcia Ranglin Vassell, who is aiming to hold on to her Rhode Island House of Representatives seat, along with Hazel Rogers, who is seeking re-election as mayor of Lauderdale Lakes in Florida, and Kay Mirage, who could make history if she gets the nod as the first Jamaican-born woman to become mayor of Palm Bay City in Central Florida. Justice Sam Walker is also seeking re-election to the New York State Supreme Court. Also running are Marlon Bolton, who intends to be a returned vice mayor of the city of Tamarack in Florida. There is Melissa Dunn and Richard Campbell, who are seeking to win seats as commissioners in Lauderhill in Florida. Michael Jones, who intends to become city commissioner in Tamarack. Dale Holness, who is running for commissioner of Broward County in Florida. Douglas who is running unopposed as commissioner for the city of Sunrise in Florida, and Jeff Holness, who is running for the school board in Broward County. Anton Andrew, whose mother is from Jamaica and his father from Trinidad, is also aiming to get the nod from the Pennsylvania House of Representatives. Among his priorities and focus are full and fair funding for public schools, fighting problematic issues, expanding access to affordable health care, as well as fighting to protect a woman's right to choose. There exists a plethora of candidates of Jamaican ancestry who will be contesting the U.S. 2020 elections in an effort to secure numerous posts across the United States. We would like to express our best wishes to each of these persons. Hope that these candidates of Jamaican ancestry and West Indian ancestry will be successful in their bid to get posts after the conclusion of the U.S. 2020 presidential elections. Of course, we are extremely proud of each and every person of West Indian ancestry who is challenging for various posts across the United States. Of course, they are also in support of Kamala Harris, and they are extremely proud of her Caribbean ancestry as well. And they will be providing support for her in the upcoming elections. Now, we cannot wait to see who will become the next president of the United States. And if Joe Biden and the Democrats win, then it would mean that Jamaica will have a part of the White House. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know what your feedback is in relation to the support that is being extended to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Also, leave your comments down below in regards to the number of persons of Caribbean ancestry who will be challenging for various posts in the House of Representatives in different states across the United States. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe. Goodbye.